Assalamualaikum everyone. Now we are starting with the new topic. We are actually done with the uh, supply and demand, and now we are moving towards that was consumer theory, and now we are moving towards the producer theory. And in producer theory, we will be discussing this production function, and then after completing this whole details, then we'll move on to the cost, revenue, profit maximization. I have mentioned the topics we will cover under every lecture, as well as the pages are also mentioned over here. So I hope that nothing is left out. So these are the all headings I have taken from your book. So first of all, I will go with this part, and then next two lecture would cover the next two parts. So let's start with this first part, and let me take this over here. Okay, so what is production function? So first of all, we need to see that why we are doing this production function, why I have mentioned here the cost theory and all. So let me clarify you that initially you were working with consumer theory. Okay, and in consumer theory you talked about demand and supply and market equilibrium, right? And any changes into the market due to the factors that changes and all. So we are done with that. Now we're moving on to the consumer से producer theory. The producer theory is about producer. Okay, it is about producer. Who is producer? Who is involved in production? Okay, why? Because he wants to sell it. Why do he sell? Because he wants to gain some profit. So what is profit? Profit is defined as the difference between total revenue and total cost. So what is total revenue? Total revenue क्या होता है? So we need to see this. Total cost क्या होती है? We have to see this. So what is total revenue? Total revenue is the revenue the firms earn by selling the products in the market. Okay, so if firm's production is represented by small q, and this is the price, each unit is being sold at the same price is p. If I multiply p with q, so this is the revenue the firm is earning. For example, if they are selling one unit and the price was 10, so the revenue is, total revenue is nothing but 10. They are selling two units and each one is sold at price 20, so the revenue is actually 40. So how you get revenue? Revenue is just nothing but the production multiplication of prices multiplied the quantities sold in the market. Similarly, what is total cost? Total cost is the cost of production, and of course it involves cost from the each input. Okay, so if we look at the total revenue thing, it consists of two things, price and quantity, and then the other part is cost of production. So if we go through the details of this each and everything, so basically working with knowing the profit requires three things: total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue is defined as nothing but price time quantity, and cost क्या है? Cost is dependent upon the number of units you produce. C is a function of Q. So three things are there: price, Q, and C of Q. This is covered into cost of production theories, which is the next topic. This is covered, what is Q? It's the unit sold. So if something is sold, initially it was being produced. So how a firm decide, and what makes us decide that this is the level of Q? Either they have to produce 2 units, 3 units, 100 lakhs. So what makes them decide that how many units to be produced? To know that, we need to cover called production theory. Okay, so price. What is price? How the prices are charged? Why some markets has very low price while some has very high price? And so तो ये हम यहाँ पे how the price is determined depends upon one thing called market structure. Okay, market structure will actually guide you how the prices are determined. Economics के अंदर the entire market structure is divided into 4 categories. One is called perfect competition. Second is called monopoly. Third is called oligopoly, and fourth is called monopolistic competition. Okay, so this profit equation actually have make you clarified that there are 3 things we need to know if we want to know the profit. One is price, कैसे determine होती है. Second, what is Q if it is production, so how production takes place, what are the theory related to Q, and then cost of production. तो हमें basically 3 avenues पे work out करना है. So the first thing we will discuss is production theory. So the next topic is all about production theory, and in order to cover this production theory we will cover all these topics. Okay, so this is the plan. Let me take it down. So here we go. I am posting it right here. So production function. What is production function? So guys, what is production function? See. Production function is a relation. You know, function is a relation. And it's a mapping between the output firms want to produce and depends on the number of inputs. How many inputs? They are the factor of productions. Factor of production कौन से हैं? Land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Okay, 4 इनपुट्स होती हैं, 4 फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन होते हैं. लेकिन हम क्या करते हैं, लैंड, लेबर और कैपिटल को हम फोकस करते हैं. फॉर द टाइम बीइंग वी डोंट कंसिडर इट एज इट इज फिक्स्ड, एंड एंटरप्रेन्योर को भी फिक्स कंसिडर करते हुए वी जस्ट मेक इट आउटपुट इज अ फंक्शन ऑफ लेबर एंड कैपिटल को के से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. सही है. अब ये स्टोरी क्या है, व्हाट डज इट मीन दैट फंक्शन आउटपुट इज अ फंक्शन ऑफ लेबर एंड कैपिटल. It's actually the production function, where production function is a mapping that how the production is taking place. The production is taking place by combining all factor of production. Since we are bound by the 2-dimensional space, so we actually assume that entrepreneur and land is taken as fixed. So production is just taking place with the differences with the level of labor and capital being involved in the production process. So this is called production function. So basically, production function is the link between output and input, and it is just a combination of inputs combined together and converted into output. So this is also called a technological relationship because it's about technology, that how inputs are being taken together, combined together, such that it is converted into output. Okay, so how would I explain it? In order to explain it, I'll give you an example. Example ये है कि suppose करें कि जो आपका classroom है, it is a restaurant, and you are a producer who is who has thought to start a restaurant or fast food cafe into that classroom, and that becomes your small cafe where you are making burgers. If you are the only one person, and think of the classroom size, and you are actually doing every task starting with the taking orders till making food till serving as well as cleaning, collecting money and everything. So if there are 5 to 6 tasks you are doing in order to accomplish from the start till the end. So you are the one who is doing everything. In that way, your room can consist of, let's say, 4 tables, and you are able, able to manage it. And in this way, let's say one worker, you are the only one labor, यहाँ पे हम लिखते labor, और output का मतलब है number of burgers produced. Let's say in that case you are able to produce 10 burgers. ठीक है, उसके बाद क्या होता है, अब इसमें देखो लैंड लेबर कैपिटल कहाँ पर है. लैंड इज दैट प्लेस वेयर दिस होटल इज और कैफे इज built. Labor is the person, is you who is doing it. And so land labor capital क्या है, फिजिकल कैपिटल में चेयर टेबल्स क्लासरूम फिक्सचर्स ये सब कुछ कैपिटल में आएगा. और फिर एंटरप्रेन्योर कौन है, द वन हु इज combining all these things to convert the inputs into output. So you also playing the role of entrepreneur. So since we are just working with 2 inputs, so हम इसको ignore करेंगे and labor capital पे focus करेंगे. So labor is one, that is you, and you are doing every task, 5 tasks, and you are able to produce 10 burgers, and this is the size of the restaurant you in front of you, and this is the story. Now what happens that your burgers demand increases and people starting liking your burger in the city. So in that case, now more you are expecting more customer, and you try to, you were working on your capacity. You are not able to produce more than 10 burgers, but the demand for the burger has risen. So definitely what you will do, you will hire a person from the market, and you would definitely get a person who is highly specialized in his task just like you. And out of the pool of unemployed people waiting for the job, you will take opportunity of hiring the one who is most efficient, and that efficient person added into your company. Now there are 2 laborers who are working, and now more tables can be served. Let's say यहाँ पे हमने 2-3 tables और भी लगा दी, and उसके बाद क्या होगा कि same room can be beneficially better utilized by 2 laborers. Now what do you think that how many burgers will be produced in this way? Most of the people say it's 20. If one can make 10, then 2 can make 20, but it's not like that. Let's say 6 total tasks, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what if each one of you is doing all 6 tasks? So each one of you being efficient, equally efficient, will be able to produce 10 plus 10. In that case, you will get 20 burgers. But that doesn't happen. What you will do, but the first 3 tasks will be given to person 1, labor 1, or last 3 tasks may be given to person 2 या labor 2. So इससे क्या होगा, they both are working and specializing in their task. In that case, this whole company will not be able to produce 20 but much more than 20. So it's quite possible that you may make 30. Similarly, as you keep on increasing labor, production will keep on increasing and increasing and increasing. ठीक है, but what happens, look at this room, there is a congestion has started. With 4 tables it was okay, with 7 tables it's congested, with 2, 3, 4 more tables it's difficult. And if you keep on increasing more and more tables, that what does it mean, that in a fixed capacity where there is a fixed size of a restaurant, and you are hiring 1 labor, he is performing good, you are hiring 2, he is better, 3 even better, 4, 5 maybe, according to the size of that particular restaurant, people are able to work in a better way, or maybe every next person adding production more than before. But there is a limit. If you think your classroom is a restaurant, so how many maximum number of labor you think can do tasks in a better way? So 1 is less, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 to 10, maximum 10 workers would be a number which should be working in that specific size of the room. But if you increase labor more than that, what will happen, that additional labor increment will not be that higher as it was for the previous labors. Why? One reason, that once the firms start hiring the labor, then it definitely starts with the hiring of the labor who is the most efficient one. Now assume that the market was consisting of efficient and inefficient, and the firm was able to identify the who is efficient. So firm hire, let's say, uh, top efficient in the first place, and then every next labor is lesser efficient. बट द स्पेशलाइजेशन ऑफ टास्क के लोग जो है वो काम को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं एवरी एडिशन इन द फर्म बाय लेबर इज एक्चुअली इंक्रीजिंग द प्रोडक्शन. मगर फिर एक टाइम आता है कि जैसे सपोज करो कि 5 लेबर्स वर द नंबर ऑफ लेबर्स हु वर वेरी एक्सपेशेंट and you hired and you were having additional increment which is bigger than before for the next labor. लेकिन उसके बाद 5 के बाद once you keep on hiring तो होता क्या है कि since there is a problem of congestion in the room in the restaurant size, and second because the 6th labor was hired was not that efficient as the 5th one was, lesser than 4, lesser than 3, so on. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि अब this person who is being hired in the 6th place is not that efficient, so he won't be able to add into production as much as it was being done by the earlier one. तो इन दोनों वजूहात की वजह से what happens that production may increase but slightly less, and then if you keep on doing and adding, so what happens that production starts increasing in the first phase. It increases at a very high rate, then it increases but at a slower pace, and then it goes to a maximum point, and after that if still you keep on hiring more labor, actually production goes down. So this is the profile of the total production which will take place once you keep on hiring an additional labor every time at a fixed size of a restaurant. Now you see what I'm mentioning. Two things I'm mentioning: labor is increasing continuously, and capital is represented by K, is a fixed size of the room. So if you start hiring the labor, production will start and it will increase drastically. It will happen till certain level, but after that, if you keep on hiring, production will still increase, but at a lower pace. And then if something start increasing at a lower pace, then there comes a point which is a maximum point, and after maximum, if you keep on hiring, तो क्या होगा, लोग आपस में टकरा के गिरेंगे, चीजें टूटेंगी, so inefficiency will actually start decreasing the production. तो ये प्रोफाइल होगा. अब हम what will do, we will represent this whole story in term of a data, जो कि the file which I have uploaded in your group as well as on the Moodle that contains that information. I have taken that information right from your book. So I'll show you this data, and I would like you to see this. Look, now this is the data what I was talking of. I can increase the size. इसको छोटा कर लेते हैं. साथ साथ क्यों चल रहा है? Just a minute. Okay, now it's better. So if you can see this, can you see this number of workers, total product? So I am writing this data over here. 0 से लेके 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. और उसके बाद what is this? Total product. Can you see these numbers? 0, 7, 20, 0, 7, 20. I'll explain it later. Let me write it down. 38 and 62 and then 90 and then 110, then 129 and then 138 and 144. I have taken this data right from your book. So Okay, so this is the data we have, and you can see number of workers, total product. Okay, now look at this, the first data. ओके, सो नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स दे आर द लेबर्स. ठीक है, नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स कौन से हैं? लेबर, सॉरी लेबर. और इसमें टोटल प्रोडक्शन को हम किससे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? क्यू के साथ. सो ये लेबर का डेटा है, ये क्यू का डेटा है. सो हाउ मेनी लेबर्स आर हायर्ड इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस? जीरो. जीरो लेबर हायर्ड, डेफिनेटली नथिंग इज प्रोड्यूस, जीरो. बट वंस you hire one labor, he is able to produce 7 units. Hiring of the second labor is producing 20 in total. So what do you think, what is the increment has taken place by the second labor? In the first labor was producing 7 units, second is producing 20 units. So that means that the next labor actually added into production how many units? 13 units. So remember, no labor, no production. One labor contribution was 7, second labor individual contribution was 13, and the total of the two becomes 20. थर्ड लेबर को चेक करें. नाउ हाउ मच एडिशन हैज टेकन प्लेस? 20 से अगला जो है वो 38 है. तो अगर मैं 38 माइनस 20 करूं तो what I'll get? It's 18. So what do you think that what is the contribution of the third labor? It is 18. So तीनों मिलके they are contributing 38, जिसमें से 7 यूनिट्स जो है वो पहले ने प्रोड्यूस करे, 13 यूनिट सेकेंड ने प्रोड्यूस किए, एंड थर्ड ने 18 यूनिट्स प्रोड्यूस किए हैं. So basically sum of all actually making it 38. So if I say what is the total production with 3 labors, you will say 38. If I say what is the contribution of the third labor, तो आप क्या कहोगे कि थर्ड लेबर के साथ टोटल प्रोडक्शन है 38, 2 लेबर्स के साथ टोटल प्रोडक्शन है 20. टेक द डिफरेंस, दैट डिफरेंस विल गिव यू द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द थर्ड लेबर. एंड इसी तरह से फोर्थ लेबर के साथ कंट्रीब्यूशन आ रहा है 62 इन टोटल. तो इफ यू वांट टू टेक द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द फोर्थ वन, you will get 62 minus 38 and so on, right? Can you see this कि पहले 7 फिर 20 फिर 38, 18 का कंट्रीब्यूशन इवन हायर एंड हायर. और अब यहाँ पे देखो 90 के बाद 110, दैट इज 20. डिफरेंस ऑफ द 110 एंड 90 इज 120. 110 के बाद 129, जस्ट 9 एडिड, 138. So 138 even smaller, 144 even smaller. So if I actually, मैंने कुछ नंबर छोड़ दिए इसमें से, यहाँ पे और नंबर भी है, 10, 11, 12, वो भी लिख लेते हैं. 10, 11, क्या हुआ, 10, 11, 12. ठीक है जी. और इसके बाद प्रोडक्शन क्या लिखी हुई है? 148, 145, 135, 148, 148, 145, और उसके बाद क्या है? 135. ठीक है, तो अगर मैं इसको अब दोबारा से कर लूँ, सो बेसिकली ये given this understanding, the number of labors and output by each labor. Now next is that I want to see that what is the contribution of every labor. This contribution is called marginal product. Marginal. इसको abbreviate करते हैं MP. ठीक है. So what is marginal product? It is a contribution by every next labor. So what is the contribution? यहाँ पे देखो, if first line has no information, we just put my यानी dash डाल देते हैं इसके ऊपर. ठीक है जी. दूसरे के ऊपर